Hi, welcome to Willie's Guitars again. So here we are. We've got a new guitar we bought a while back. When we got this guitar in, it had no frets, so we just put a fresh set of Fender style frets in here. This is a 1968 Telecaster. Now, I haven't taken off the neck, and I hate taking necks on and off. Imagine pulling a screw out of any piece of wood, taking it in, putting it out, taking it in, putting it out, putting it out, taking it in, over and over again. Eventually the screw loses its grip. So we discourage people taking their guitars completely apart all the time. Really what matters when you're looking at an old guitar is what the features are. What's the difference between a 67 and a 69? The 67 and early 68s are lacquer. If you look at this fingerboard, you can see it's worn out. Polyurethane doesn't wear out, lacquer does. So just like a 50s guitar, we have lacquer. We have a single string tree. On early 68 guitars, you'll have a pickguard that on the other side is pearl. So you'll see that sometimes, and frankly, this comes from Mustangs. Fender was 1 million units on back order when CBS bought the company. They bought all this pearloid plastic for the Mustangs and realized they could simply turn it around and use this side. So a lot of late 67s and early 68s will have this pearl on the underside. Here's something though on this guitar. Tellies are very hot right now. A lacquer telly is also highly desirable. This guitar was routed slightly here to accept a Stratocaster pickup. So it is a little bit bigger, and you're going to see it when we put this pickguard back on. It looks a little disproportionate. But we did take off this, and looking inside, we have 1966 pots. All of this leads us to believe we have a 67. So what we do at Willie's, I write all this down, and we hand that over and we put that on the website. But you're sharing with us early what we do around here to analyze these guitars and offer them for you. This is never any tuners changed, lightweight, and then look close here, you can see the lines going through. This is a lacquered body, and you can see some of that if I tilt that. That's finish checking. Their poly finish did not finish check. Only lacquer does this. Now, excuse me for 1 minute while I put this pickguard back on, and we'll plug it in. So here we are again. The pickguard is back on. You can see the slight route in here that allow me to do a little bragging here. We do a lot of work with the Rolling Stones. Keith Richards is somebody I've seen his guitars, I've touched his guitars, I've played his guitars, I've played his 67 Telly through an amp. They love the sound of the Tellys. They're a little microphonic, especially from this time period. They're crisp, they're microphonic through a big amp. It really cuts through the rest of the band. Keith Richards is certainly a tone master who spent his entire life since a teenager working with guitars and tone and leading the world's greatest rock and roll band. And he's a big fan of 60s Tellys. We're really happy to get this guitar, and we're so happy that we have frets in it. You'll see us in our descriptions frequently say, refretted, you're welcome. Because you don't have to do it. You don't have to take a vintage guitar and do this, but here it is. You'll love it, we promise. Come on in. Okay, come on through.